Here's a look at a recap of your markets on this Wednesday, the 30th day of April. Take a look at a couple of our tracking measures. The Missouri Stocker formula, 385.55 today. That's based on a 550-pound steer through the auction barns in the state of Missouri. All-time record high, once again, adding a few more cents today. CME feeder cattle index based on an 800-pound steer up through the 12-state feeding region. It added a few more cents today as well, 295.77. Taking a look at the auction barns around the state today. Lighter runs on the Wednesday sales today, as several of these sales had fairly big sales last week, making for a little bit lighter run today. Springfield Livestock Marketing Center, of course, they had some severe weather and heavy rain yesterday. That sure impacted the sale there today. They got off to a late start, and most producers chose to hold their cattle today, only about 250 head of feeders. Farmington Regional Stockyards, they're going to have just a few under 500 head when things are done today. Windsor Livestock Auction, they're going to be just somewhere around 1,000 head. They did sell a couple loads of heifers, 77 head of 739-pound heifers at $307, 67 head of 753-pound heifers sold at $303. South Central Regional Stockyards in Vienna, they're going to have somewhere around 900 head today, a couple of stick-out sales of some steers there, 39 head of 531-pound steers at $405.50, 20 head of 775-pound steers at $318. After adding near $12 the first 2 days of the week, the choice box beef cutout value backed off a bit today, down $2.95 at $345.31. Select down $1.80 at $322.02. Those values based on 99 loads of cuts, trimmings, and grinds. The choice select spread at $23.29. Negotiated feedlot trade added a few more thousand head today, up to 6,200 head so far for the week. Still not a lot of volume in any of the feeding regions, but are picking up a few sales. Texas has reported about 500 head at 214. Kansas about 1,150 head so far, 214 to 218. Nebraska's reported about 1,500 head. The live sales have mostly been at 220. Dress sales at 340 to 350. And then in Iowa, about 1,700 head so far for the week. Live sales at 220. Dress sales 348 to 350. Taking a look at the futures markets after some sharp days of increases the last several days. Futures markets taking a little bit of a breather today. They backed off a bit. Live cattle for April, 215.75 down 60. June at 208.40 down $1.80. August 204.05 down 162. Feeder cattle, May $1.45 lower, 292.57. August 295.02 down 187. September at 293.80 down $1.80. Lean hogs for May 62 lower, 91.92. June at 98.27 down 117, and July at 98.60 down $1. Turning our attention to the grain markets at the elevators around the state today, soybean bids were mixed, 8 lower to 4 higher. Wheat 5 to 7 higher, and corn 7 to 12 higher. Corn bids at the elevators in St. Louis, $4.94, Kansas City $4.27 to $4.77. Soybean bids, St. Louis $10.60, Kansas City $9.79 to $10.44. Wheat bids in St. Louis $5.12 to $5.20, Kansas City at $5.03. On the board of trade, corn contracts May 6 3/4 cent higher, $4.67 1/4. July up 5 1/4, $4.75 1/2. September $4.37 up 2 1/4. Soybeans for May 6 1/4 lower, closing the day at $10.34 3/4. July at $10.44 1/2 down 8 1/4. August at $10.38 1/4 down 8. Wheat for May 5.13, that's up 7 1/4. July at 5.30 3/4 up 5 1/4. September at 5.45 up 4 1/2. Soybean meal for May down 50 cents a ton at $290 even. Soybean oil for May, $48.58 a hundredweight, down 27 cents. With the Missouri Department of Agriculture, that's a recap of your markets for Wednesday. This is Tony Hancock.